In the quiet village of Umuahia, surrounded by lush forests and cool rivers, lived a young girl named Ada. Her mother, Nneka, and her grandmother, Mama Ejima. The village was peaceful, full of laughter, and the home of daily life. Ada had long, thick hair that shined like golden threads, and Nneka had always been known for her beauty. Though her age had started to show, the two were happy, sharing a small hut at the edge of the village. Mama Ejime lived with them, though she kept to herself most of the times. Many years ago, Mama Ejima had been the pride of the village, her beauty unmatched, her hair the envy of all. But time had taken that away. Wrinkles had crept over her once smooth skin, and her hair had turned grey. She became bitter, refusing to accept that her youth had gone. Desperate to reclaim her beauty, one day Ada was looking into the mirror, admiring herself. Mama Ejima approached her with fake smile in her face. She said, "Ada, my beautiful granddaughter, how I wish I can be beautiful again as you are, and my hair could go back to the way it used to be." Ada playfully said to her, "But grandma, you had your time, so now it's our own time," she said, smiling. Mama Ejime became more desperate to reclaim her beauty. She wandered deep into the forest one night in search of a rumored source of power, an ancient spell book known to hold the secret of eternal youth. After days of searching, Mama Ejima found the book hidden inside a hollow tree, covered in dust and shadows. It was filled with dark magic, spells no one should ever use. But Mama Ejima didn't care. She flipped through its pages, her old trembling hands moving quickly until she found what she had been looking for, a spell to restore her youth. Her heart raised as she read the instruction. Magical powers always has a price to be paid. Spell required her to steal the youth of another, and not just anyone. It had to be someone from her own bloodline. Mama Ejime hesitated, but only for a moment. The thought of being young again was too tempting. She chose to steal from her own daughter, Nneka. Mama Ejime convinced herself that it was just a small price to pay. After all, she reasoned, Nneka was already an adult. She has already given birth to her child, Ada. She will still be alive, just not as beautiful as she is now. Mama Ejima whispered to herself as she returns to the village. Mama Ejima whispered the spell into the night and prepared to act. That very night, while Nneka and Ada slept soundly, Mama Ejima crept into Nneka's room as she snuck to the bed where Nneka lay peacefully. Mama Ejime's hands shook as she took out a sharp pair of scissors and gently sniped a lock of Nneka's hair, sparing the word from the spell book. She took the hair, added it into a pot, reading and reciting the incantations written in the book. She drank it and stood in front of the mirror. Mama Ejima watched as her hands grew younger, her skin smoothing and tightening, her hair turning black and grey and full once again. She smiled in satisfaction, feeling her energy return. In the morning, Nneka woke up feeling strange. Her lips were heavy and her once glowing skin seemed duller. She didn't know why, but the changes was so gradual she didn't suspect anything at first. That same morning, as Mama Ejima stood in the mirror admiring her newly found beauty, Ada saw her and with shock in her eyes, she asked, "Grandma, wow, you look so young and beautiful. Grandma, your hair looks more beautiful today. How? How come, Mama?" Mama Ejima smiled and said to her, "My daughter, maybe the gods have finally heard my prayers to look beautiful again." Ada smiled as she joins her mother, Nneka, in the kitchen. "Mommy, have you seen Grandma today? She looks very beautiful and younger." And Nneka replied, "Really? So what did she say about it? Because I know you must have asked her." "Mommy, how did you know I asked her?" "Well, Mama said the gods have finally answered her prayer." She looked at her mother smiling and her mother also smiled back at her. "Amen. Oh, probably the God have answered her prayers." "Come and join me in cooking, Ada." Mama Ejima, on the other hand, looked more radiant each day and more beautiful. The villagers noticed it too, whispering among themselves about how she seemed to have discovered a fountain of youth. Weeks passed and Nneka grew weaker. Her beauty faded, her energy drained. Ada, her daughter, noticed the change and often asked, "Mother, are you feeling alright? I have been noticing how weak and tired you are these days. Are you sure you are okay, Mama?" "I'm okay, my dear." Nneka brushed it off, thinking it was just the weight of daily work. Meanwhile, Mama Ejima continued to steal small strands of her daughter's hair every week, every night, keeping her youth alive. But dark magic comes with a cost. After months of draining Nneka's youth, Mama Ejima noticed something was wrong. Despite stealing more hair each night, the effect didn't last as long as she had thought. Her youthful appearance began to slip away, and her strength started fading faster than before. Panic set in. The spell book had warned her to maintain her beauty and strength. She needed a fresher source of youth, someone younger. Her eyes soon turned to Ada, her own granddaughter, whose hair was long, thick, and full of life. One night, as Ada lay peacefully asleep, Mama Ejima made a move. She snuck into the girl's room, the same scissors in her hand, and cut a small lock of Ada's hair. The magic was stronger than before, this time more powerful than before. Mama Ejima's youth returned in full force, her skin smoother than ever, her hair glossy and thick. She felt alive again, more than she had ever been in years. The next morning, Ada woke up feeling different. Her hair seemed lighter, her body weaker, but she didn't understand why. Nneka also noticed a change in her daughter. "Ada, are you alright?" Nneka asked, concerned. "I'm just tired, Mama," Ada replied, though she felt something was wrong but couldn't figure out what it was. Ada thought to herself, "But I didn't do much work yesterday. How come I'm feeling this weak and sick? It feels like the world is upon me. I am feeling so tired." Mama Ejima, on the other hand, now full of energy and beauty, smiled to herself, thinking no one would ever know what she had done. But the village began to notice something strange. Ada, once full of life, became weaker each day, her vibrant hair losing its shine, just like her mother. And Nneka, who had once been strong and capable, could barely do her daily chores. What is wrong with these people? Meanwhile, why is Mama Ejima getting much younger and looking much happier every day, while her daughter and grandchild is fading away gradually day by day? The villagers continued to whisper to themselves. But one afternoon, as Ada was playing near the river, she overheard two old women speaking. Did you hear about the old legend? One of them whispered, long ago, there was a woman who used dark magic to steal the youth from her own family to stay younger forever. She took their beauty and energy through their hair. Ada's heart raised as the words sank in her ears. She rushed home to her mother, her mind filled with suspicion. Mother, mother, I think something is wrong with grandma. I think, mm, I think she's stealing our hair. Ada whispered to her mother. Our hair? How? Why? And what we should be doing with it? Nneka's eye widened in shock. Mama, I overheard two women by the riverside talking and whispering to themselves about long ago that there was a woman who used dark magic to steal the youth from her own family to stay younger forever. I think this is what is happening to us, Mama. Nneka's eyes widened in shock. She had been feeling weaker for months, but she never suspected her own mother. Together, Ada and Nneka, her mother, decided to investigate Mama Ejima. That night, they pretended to sleep, both keeping one eye open, watching closely. As the night grew darker, they saw Mama Ejima creep into Ada's room with the scissors. Nneka held her breath as she watched her own mother take a strand of Ada's hair, whispering strange words. Nneka's heart pounded with anger and fear. Her own mother was draining the life from her daughter. How could this be? Is this possible? What am I saying? She thought to herself as she held her breath tightly. But they couldn't act yet. If they confronted Mama Ejima now, she might use more magic to harm them. They needed to find a way to stop her. But the spell book was powerful. Could they break the curse and protect themselves? Or would Mama Ejima continue to grow stronger at their expense? Ada, I think we need to be careful, Ada. If Mama, my own mother, could drain life out of me and my own daughter, our grandchild, what more can she not do? She can kill us, Ada. We need to be careful. We need to be careful. We need to be mindful of what we do, Ada. What should we do next? Oh, my mother. My mother, how can she do this to me? How can she do this to us? Oh, death. You took away my husband, letting me to stay with my mother in such condition with my child. Now my mother is the one draining our strength away. Oh God, what can we do? What can we do? Nneka cried out to Ada. It's okay, Mama. It's okay. Stop crying. We will find a way. We will find a way, Mama. Stop crying. Ada consoled her mother, Nneka. The village remained quiet Unaware of the growing tension in the little hut at the edge of the village, Ada and Nneka knew they had to act fast. But what could they do against such dark magic? The answer would have to come soon, for time was running out.